You know what's one of the most important things that I pray for concerning my generation, concerning young people? I mean, it applies to everybody, but in particular, young people, that they begin to understand that purpose is what you really measure success by. You don't measure success by any other thing. And for them to understand that in life, one of the things that is most key to you living successfully is an understanding of purpose, and to understand why God has placed you on this earth. There are too many people who are depressed right now because they judge the pace that their lives are going by what is happening with their friend, by what is happening for their neighbor, by what is happening for somebody who graduated the same year as them. And because they don't see the same kind of progress in their own life, they get depressed. And sometimes they want to give up. But that's not your lane. The purpose that God created that person and placed them on the earth at this time for may not be the same reason that he placed you on the earth at this time for. And just because they're having success in what they're doing doesn't mean that you're failing. It just means that your timeline is different. And they need to know this, because that's where envy and jealousy comes from a lot of times, and bitterness comes from, and discouragement comes from, because you compare yourself with somebody else. Their destination might not be your destination. And because their destination might not be your destination, it looks like if they're getting there faster. But your calling might be greater. And when I say greater, I don't mean prestige. I mean what God requires of you, what your life requires of you. Sometimes what you have to do will impact your generations in a great way, and so what you and the sacrifices that you have to make, it will be greater. Sometimes their start is better because somebody before them planted a seed, and now they're living off of that and flourishing and being catapulted off of that. Sometimes you got to start from scratch. So what you measure your life by is purpose. That's how you gauge whether I'm succeeding, where on this journey I am. And we really need to learn to seek the voice of God, and hearing the voice of God is not something that is mythical. It's not something that requires you to take 10 courses. Sometimes it's just you sitting down and thinking about the things. What burdens me? What do I have a passion for? What wakes me up every morning? What excites me? What am I good at? What do I have a passion for? And when we really clear the smoke and we clear the dust, we realize that sometimes our aspirations are really the aspirations of somebody else. What we are dreaming for is actually the dream of our friends. But because we didn't take time to sit down and to analyze our own life and to put things in perspective, we have wholesale bought the dreams of somebody else. And when it doesn't work out, we're disappointed. Please ask God, what is your purpose for me? Why did you allow me to get here on this earth for such a time as this? Where am I in your timetable? And God is faithful and just. The Bible says if we draw near, He's going to meet us halfway. He will draw near to us. And God wants more than anything else to reveal His purposes and His plans for our lives. This has been your morning inspiration. Let's remember, drink a fruta.